And a small token of our appreciation goes to you, the Daniel Godfather Goodman gavel, for your use, or you might want to pass it on to the present president. Dan, we were very fortunate. He transferred from the University of Illinois, Road Chapter, and came out to Colorado. Dan and I met as soon as he got here, and Dan said, time to bring Iota back. I believe there were 4 or 5 of us at Halls the first meeting, and now we're 80 strong. Thank you. Please feel free to say a few words.
Thank you. Steve gave me a 5-minute time, so I'm clocking myself. I'll do my best. Forgive me if I go under or over. I want to say, first of all, a few thank yous to the gentleman at 59. You guys couldn't have done this without you. We had it a little different, though. You didn't have Steve. As you all know, Steve, we have to thank him. We had email, phone. I think the only thing I missed, but I was smart not to give you where I lived exactly in Nelson, so it's a big place. He didn't come knocking on my door, but thank you, Steve, for your persistence, because without you, we couldn't have done this. Carl Johnson, thank you for believing in us when we met with you and promised you exactly this. A strong fraternity on the campus that was different than what we saw. When I came here, I had choice. I was ZBT at Roe, just like yourself. See, you find brothers everywhere. You'll always be connected, guys. I could join another fraternity, or I could restart ZBT. And there were many reasons I restarted this, and I'll explain that in a minute. But there was a gap. There was untapped potential in the student body that decided against Greek life. And that is a shame, because as we all know, current brothers and past brothers, and past sorority sisters, and if there's any current here as well, Greek life adds so much to not only the campus, but to an individual. We learn more than we can just in the classroom. We learn brotherhood, camaraderie, working together, building something that you can be proud of, philanthropy. All these things will grow with us and make us better human beings in our chosen profession and in our community. And I hope all of my current brothers, just as our past brothers, we continue to do that as we graduate and instill that in younger generations as well. Now, why did I join ZBT to begin with at Illinois, and why did I restart it here? Well, like many young men, young boys, I looked up to my father. Always wanted to be like him, and there were so many ways I wanted to, and there were other ways I just never could. ZBT was something he told me about since as long as I can remember. I would be playing soccer, and he'd be telling me about basketball on the court that you're sitting on now. I'd be talking about well, okay, we painted it, sorry. Everything looks a little different. I spent years hearing about this place. And then when I first came to DU, I toured this house, and it was not ZBT, and there wasn't ZBT here. And when I joined in Illinois, it was a common bond with my dad. It was great. And then when I transferred, I knew I wanted to come to DU. It's an amazing school and a tight bond with my father. And when ZBT wasn't here, I know he talked about it every day, and he talked to Steve every day about it, all the time, sure. And as soon as my dad told Steve, which I think Steve knew that I was accepted to DU before I did, it was an easy decision to build this back up. I did it for Steve, past brothers, the current brothers, and of course for my father, who has given me so much, and it's the least I can do. So, gentlemen, past brothers and current brothers, and recent alum, thank you all, and thank you, recent alum and current brothers, and continue on what we have started and what we've continued to grow. 82 is great. Brummer Cup runner-up, couldn't be more proud. Let's get 3 years straight with the Brummer Cup in this house, and let's continue to grow so we're the largest house and most successful house throughout the ZBT nation. Thank you, gentlemen. It's great to be a Z.
So it is now my honor and privilege to thank and honor Richard and Dan Goodman with this plaque. the Richard and Dan Goodman Iota Chapter House, rededicated October 9th, 2010. Without you, this would not have been possible.
Wow. Well, thank you, Steve. Thank you, Dan. And thanks, everybody, for being here. This is really quite a moment for me coming back home. It's been, over 30 years since I've been in this house. And it was really the key, this house and our brothers was the key to my college experience. And it's something that I talk about all the time, and still so many of my good friends are out here. So I'm very proud, and thank you, Steve, for giving us the opportunity to participate in bringing our house back. And it looks great. It really looks great. Much better than when we lived in it. You want to hear a story?
Yes.
I've known Steve a long time. Steve was my camp counselor at Camp Menominee, and he sat me down on his bed one day in cabin 12 and told me I was going to University of Denver and I was joining ZBT. So I did. I showed up on campus, I moved into Towers, I walked over here, and then never left. I joined the house, never looked anywhere else. I moved in the house over Thanksgiving my freshman year and lived here till I graduated. Actually in that room right there, all 4 years. And it was a great experience. I loved it. And now, as everybody said, I told Steve that my son was transferring here as an active ZBT, and that was our opportunity to, from the inside, try to bring ZBT back to University of Denver, which led us to this day. And I can't tell you how proud I am of what Daniel has accomplished. Sorry. I really am proud of you, Daniel. And for all of you new brothers, keep up the good work and keep growing. This is the best experience of your lives. So thank you. And Steve.